In the IM Katowice 2025 finals, Vitality managed to keep Russian superstar Donk to a measly 0.88 match rating, his worst final showing in his career. While many might think the underperformance occurred by chance, or he crumbled under the pressure, understand that Donk doesn't usually go missing in finals. Secondly, there was definitely some tinkering in the Vitality stratbook that had Donk's name written all over it, in order to keep his superstar level influence over the game to a minimum. Since Vitality is the first team to keep Donk at a negative rating in the finals, I thought it would be worth taking a second look into this match and narrow down what exactly Vitality was up to. But before we get into that, let's take a minute to understand the matchup dynamic between Vitality and Spirit to better understand Vitality's potential game plan. Both teams have a clear firepower advantage over most of the top 5, but the way this firepower is distributed is how these teams differ the most. Whereas Vitality might go down as the most star-studded roster ever created, Team Spirit lives and dies off their 2-star players, Donk and Shiro. Donk is the generational one-of-one rifler who can open up almost any round at a whim, and Shiro is the steady-handed opper that is there to make sure close rounds are won. What makes this duo super deadly is that their role overlap is almost non-existent, allowing each of them enough space on the server to both shine in a match. So where does Vitality find their edge? Vitality's edge is found in having enough skill equally distributed across the roster. This allows them to take opportune duels across the map without having an obvious weak link. By having a better skill distribution and similar firepower as Team Spirit, Vitality can reliably turtle up on sites and avoid Donk's biggest advantage, which is finding opening kills early in the round. This allows Vitality to slow the game down to their desired pace and force Team Spirit into weaker parts of their game, like site executes and team play. And in most situations, without a clear advantage, Vitality's firepower will prevail against Team Spirit's strats or team play. If Team Spirit had the firepower advantage, however, Vitality would have to play more proactive, especially on maps like Dust2 and Ancient. A clear example of this would be when Spirit played Not as Sincere in the Katowice semifinals on Dust2. Team Spirit focused most of their attacks on a site, specifically Catwalk, as it means to find duels against Alexi B, who was Navi's weakest link. And by throwing in a mix of mid to Bs and cat takes, Team Spirit was able to split up the map into 2 distinct parts. This allowed them to abuse player rotations and put Navi in positions that forced them to rely on individual skills as opposed to team tactics. However, in Vitality's matchup between Team Spirit, Vitality is looking to use their breadth of skill and firepower advantage to force Team Spirit to rely on their own team play and tactics. We can see evidence of this in the first gun round. Here, Vitality opts to run a 3-2 setup with early long control and a mid player sitting CT spawn rather than spotting doors. In this position, Vitality allows Team Spirit free reign to execute cat or a mid to B without the ability for either sides to help each other out in a quick fashion. The purpose of this setup is to take away early round duels for Donk. This means that Vitality are making a bet on their team's individual skills and practice protocols to prevail with the round win. In round number 4, this passive play deprives Team Spirit of an opening kill. Team Spirit opt for an unorthodox 3-cat 2 CT mid split onto the A site, which Vitality ultimately snuffs out in a clean round win. In round 6, however, we get to see the limitations of a setup like this. Vitality goes for roughly the same setup. Long control and spotting some players mid gives Vitality a good sense that Team Spirit is going for yet another cat take. With 5 players, Team Spirit yet again braved the catwalk, but unfortunately for Vitality, this time Donk hits a quad kill highlight. Although the results of Vitality's setup on CT side may vary, it so far has been the best approach to slowing Donk down, at least on Dust2. Another important thing to point out during this game is Vitality's willingness for team play. Despite being the most skilled lineup in CS2 right now, Vitality is not over-reliant on their individual's skill. We can see evidence of this in round number 8, When Spirit takes long control, Apex throws a CT smoke in the middle of long to mess with Spirit's spacing, and then sets up flames for a flash peek, which ultimately catches Donk off guard. Two rounds later, something similar happens again. At the B site, Robs and Mezzi are setting up for a double push upper tons, while Zaiwu is holding lower. Donk peeks really early into both of them, and somehow manages to kill Mezzi, but not Robs, and leads to an important round win for Team Vitality. Even though I think this way of countering Donk might be the lamest, because in essence, what Vitality have accomplished by adding Robs is a Frankenstein amalgamation of unrivaled skilled and ballsy team-centric play. Something akin to possibly the best outcome of a marriage between the ideas found in Team Liquid 2019 and Astralis 2018. Which is especially frightening because this makeup of Vitality, at this very moment, is a one of one. We haven't seen anything like it. And if this is what it takes to counter Donk, it's only a matter of time Team Spirit upgrade one of their supports for more firepower, and then who knows what a Team Spirit with a clear third star can accomplish.